Hey friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I will be sharing with you my March beauty favorites, those products that shine throughout the month of March. I have quite a bit of products right here, so I want to dive in right away. But before, I want to say thank you so much to all of you, my friends, that had kindly left me a testimonial for the Sephora Squad, because if you don't know, if you're not aware of, I decided to apply to become a Sephora Squad member. Hopefully, that happens. And yeah, it is a process. The actual application is super fast to do. And basically, what it means to become a Sephora Squad member is that you get opportunities with Sephora to meet different brands, to collaborate with different brands, coming to partnerships with different brands too. It just expands your horizon as a beauty content creator. And I just cannot say thank you enough for all of you that have taken your time out of your day to leave me beautiful testimonials. It means so much to me. Other beauty content creators that have left testimonials for me, that means a lot. And I just feel so very blessed, because ultimately what I want to bring by becoming a Sephora Squad member, yes, I know it benefits me, but I think it benefits my community. When I started here, my YouTube channel, my idea was to share not only products that I love, but share things that work on my aging skin. Because although I started my YouTube channel when I was in my 30s, right now I'm in my 40s, and I know that aging is inevitable. And I saw that there was a lack and a gap of content meant for those who have more mature skin, or that they are in the aging process. And I also saw a gap on the luxury world, on the high-end products. I saw an overwhelming amount of reviews and everything that has to do with drugstore, which is amazing, and I applaud that, obviously. But I saw that the people who really love other products from different brands that they are not sold at the drugstore, they were not represented either, and needless to say, for our age group. So I thought, I really want to get into becoming a content creator, and here I am. So I want to say again, thank you so much for those who have taken out of your busy day some time to leave me that testimonial. If you think that you want to leave a testimonial, I think it's still open. So I will just be leaving the link on the description box below, along with the links of everything else that I will be talking about today. And talking about Sephora, by the time that you're watching this video, the Sephora Spring Savings event is already going. So those who are Rouge member, you get 20% off. Starting, like I said, most likely you're already bought something April 1st, and then April 5th, those who are VIPs, you get to shop with 15% off, and those who are insiders, you get to shop with 10% off on April 7th. The sale runs all the way through April 11th, and also everything that is in the Sephora collection is 30% off regardless of your tier. Everything will be in the description box below. I have created a lot of content for this Sephora Spring Savings event. One of them has been my OG products. The second one was just related to the best new makeup from January, February, March that is available at Sephora. And then my third video was a full face of Sephora recommendations. Alrighty, my friends. Let's dive in into some products, and I think I just want to give another kudos to my DYSON AIRWRAP. I had my DYSON AIRWRAP for right now I think 4 years, and right now is wedding season. And if you don't know, let me share with you, I'm a caterer. I do event planning and catering mostly for weddings, and sometimes, being in a rush and not being able to wash my hair and do the whole thing, I have to restyle it. And the DYSON AIRWRAP is great for both when, my hair is freshly washed, or when I have to restyle it. Like today, I restyle it, and it was super easy to get it done. I have a full-on review on how to do your hair not with the Dyson AIRWRAP, but I want to give it a big shout out. And if you're wondering what products I use, I do have all those details. I think on the video that I did with my Dyson AIRWRAP, I bought a second one for my daughter, and this was back on December. So anyhow, but if you are curious, basically what I do, well, first I wash my hair with the ORIBE shampoo, and this is the Brilliance and Shine collection, the blue one. It will give you a lot of shine. And then you know how much I love this mask by Wow, and it's the Money mask. It will give you so much shine to your hair. It is amazing. But when I don't use this friend right here, I actually use, after my shampoo, the K18. This one right here is a restorative kind of leave-in repair, kind of like leave-in mask. It says right here it's a molecular repair hair mask, and actually how I was introduced to this, it was through my hairstylist. She had it on her hair salon, and now I know that they carry it actually at Sephora. So if you like, for example, Olaplex, that you like restorative kind of like protein-based kind of leave-in conditioners and products in general, this is all of your Olaplex all together in one. The only difference is that you need to wash your hair, you need to cleanse your hair, then you go ahead and put this K18. Do not use conditioner. You need to let it activate for, I think, 3 to 4 minutes, something like that. It says right here, 4 minutes. You let it sit, and then you style it however you want to. And then if you have treated hair like mine, what you do is, well, basically, if your hairstylist has it, she will apply these after, you know, washing, rinsing off everything before she's going to style it. She's going to put it on, and then 4 consecutive washes, you will need to use it. And then you can go back to, say, for example, the Wow hair mask. And it is an amazing product. It really helps if you have like very like, you know, split ends, or like your hair is damaged or just looking dull and hay-like. That is gonna be all solved. It's honestly an incredible product, and a little goes a long way. And then as far as when I style it, I use first a protector, and I really love my Hairdresser from Bumble and Bumble. This one right here is a primer, is a heat and UV protective system, and this I also use it with my Dyson AIRWRAP when I'm gonna restyle my hair. I just wet a little bit the ends, and then I apply a little bit of this, and then I restyle my hair. When I was in Florida, and still right now here, if I'm gonna go with a straight kind of look, I go for my IGK Good Behavior. This has kind of that keratin kind of finish that it will give as well a lot of shine to your hair. Really beautiful. And then as far as to give me volume, I go with my ORIBE Texturizing Spray. This is an excellent product. And actually, by the time that you're watching this video, most likely I have already done my shopping for the Sephora sale, and I, you know, have gotten a backup of this one because this is my texturizing spray. And then for oil, I really like this Bumble and Bumble Hairdresser Invisible Oil. I also love the Sol de Janeiro. It's a really good one too. And talking about Sol de Janeiro, absolutely love the Sol de Janeiro Dry Shampoo. This smells so good, but it doesn't overwhelm in the sense of like cover any other fragrance that you have on. I think it's a really good product. And I also love the new Beija Flor body cream from Sol de Janeiro. It does have a little bit of the DNA of the Baccarat Rouge 540. To me, a little bit more like Burberry hair. I think it's just so wonderful. I tried a little sample, and like I think I mentioned it before, I'm gonna be purchasing, you know, the big jar no matter what during this Sephora sale for sure. And then as far as the skincare goes, I had been going back into using my microcurrent device by NUFACE. This is amazing. I actually see a lot of difference on the definition of my jawline. Also right here on the side of my face, it's kind of like a fitness for your muscles on your face. It just lifts it up, tone it. It just really plumps everything. It does an amazing job, but you have to be consistent with this. And something that perhaps I never mentioned it, or perhaps I mentioned it before, but I like to do dermaplaning at home. I use my DERMAFLASH, and basically it's just shaving your facial hair, you know, that little peach fuzz that you have, and that way your foundation, all your makeup can go more even. Also, having facial hair is nothing bad, it's nothing wrong, but sometimes it creates some shadows. Product can kind of gather and ball up in there. So don't be afraid. I think it's something that a lot of people is afraid that it's like, oh, if I shave, my face, then my hair is gonna come, thicker. But that's not the case. What happens is if you see a hair follicle from the root, it comes, like thicker. That's normal. It has its root, and then when it comes out, it becomes very, very thin. So when you actually do dermaplaning and you're not waxing, you're just taking out the surface. So perhaps at the beginning, when your hair starts growing again, you're gonna feel like, oh, but I start feeling pokey. They are gonna grow like really, thick. It's not that. It's just, the base that is showing, and then as it grows, it will just become thin, just like normal. So that's all what it is. But they are just great products. And then as far as the skincare goes, my La Mer The Treatment Lotion has been just wonderful. So wonderful. Basically, it is kind of like an essence. I still go with my essence, which is that SK2. I love that one. And then I go with this one right here, and then I go with my serums, all my magic potions right there. But it's just so soothing, so calming. If you're going through a stress, or you're going through hormonal, the the regular cycle of a woman or anybody, we all have hormones, right? This will help a lot to calm things down, nourish. It's just an amazing, more rich essence, but without being too thick, that it will not let penetrate all the beautiful serums that you're gonna go after with that. And then talking about skincare, I had been so in love with this new CHANTECAILLE 24 karat gold firming moisturizing. And actually, I feel the firming. When I put it on my face, I feel like not that, like, it's not like you're putting, I know this is gonna sound funny, like egg white on your face. I don't know if you have ever done a mask of egg. You feel like your skin is like being pulled like that. No, it doesn't feel like that at all and whatsoever. In fact, it does have hyaluronic acid. It does have peptides. It does have amino acids. It does have CoQ10. It's packed full of algae, so it does have really good quality ingredients, and it actually moisturizes your face in a very lightweight. If you like the consistency of, say, the La Mer, I think it's called the Hydrating Emulsion, I think it is. If you like the consistency of that moisturizer, you're gonna love the consistency of this moisturizer right here. It's thin, it's lightweight. I think it's ideal for summertime too, spring, summertime. It's not too thick, it's not too heavy. It does the job, and you're actually gonna feel that firming effect on your skin without being like pulling or like bothering some or nothing like that. And it actually moisturizes your skin super, super well. Loving it so much. Talking about skincare, I have been trying this Juliette Has a Gun Not a Body Lotion, and oh my goodness, this lotion is just so luxurious. It's thin in consistency. It moisturizes really well, and I love the scent. It's more like a clean, a little bit of floral, but not perfumey scent. It's not like a perfume. In fact, it's not gonna linger a lot, but it has that clean scent, spa kind of like feeling that is just so invigorating. It's just so nice. It's so, so lovely. Again, Not a Body Lotion by Juliette Has a Gun. Let me know if you have tried this one right here. And since we're talking about body itself, but I have to give a shout out to this hand soap. It's by Soapbox, and it's the coconut milk and sandalwood. And this is perhaps my number 12 bottle. I have them at every sink in my house. It's deep moisturizing hand soap, and it smells incredible. Well, at least this one, the coconut and sandalwood. It's kind of like your summer getaway, and it feels like if you're putting lotion on your hands. It does lather, but not too much, because this product has aloe shea butter. It is paraben free, silicone free, is EDTA free, and cruelty free as well. amazing. You can get it at Target. And the way that I got hooked with this was from my friend Stephanie from Babs Beauty. She mentioned it like a couple months ago, and I really trust her. I'm like, she never steers me wrong on anything. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking for another, another just hand soap that smells good and that actually will not dry my hands, because I do have, my skin is very, very delicate. I do have dry patches and I can break out easily. My skin gets chapped right away, mostly my hands, during winter time. And this hand soap has been amazing, no problems, and the scent is just paradise. They have other scents. There is a citrus scent. I haven't smelled it, I have tried it, but the coconut sandalwood one, that is my favorite. Okay, now since we're into all these fragrances, I have to tell you, my friends, that I had been going back to an all-time favorite, and that is my Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. Ooh, loving this fragrance. I mean, this is Forever Love. This is just a me scent. I really love the bergamot, mandarin, the orange blossom too. But I also love that it has, a little bit of that floral and patchouli in it that just makes it's a unique fragrance. I know a lot of people know about this fragrance. This is not like a unique fragrance per se, because a lot of people may have it already on their fragrance wardrobe, but it's an iconic fragrance that I absolutely love. And I'm pretty sure that, I mean, yes, you can buy Chanel fragrances at Sephora, and I think that they are part of the sale. I'm pretty sure about it, because that's what I remember, at least the last couple sales. So hopefully it is like that, because usually I get, if it's not my Coco Mademoiselle, I get Bleu de Chanel for my husband. I love the Allure pour Homme. So I usually tend to get it at the Sephora sale. Another fragrance that I have been so in love with is by Parfums de Marly, and this is Cassidy. This fragrance right here. It is a princess fragrance. It's so beautiful. It has Bulgarian rose, frangipani, which it gives it a little bit more of that tropical vibe, but without being too tropical. It's still a floral scent, perfect for springtime. It does have plum in it too. A little bit of vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood. This will make an ideal transition kind of fragrance between spring and summertime. It's just stunning. I love all my Delinas, Delina La Rosée, everything, but I had been gravitating towards this one quite a bit because it's a little bit floral, but it's a little bit warm at the same time, and it's just so lovely. And here to the last fragrance that I had been so in love with, I'm like so in love with, is by Fragrance du Bois. Let me show it to you first of all. I'm pretty sure most of you already have unboxed a Fragrance du Bois, but unboxing this beauty is just like in another level of luxury and beauty. Let me just open it up. The coffret it's just such an experience. Look at this. Rouge Intense. So I got this fragrance not too long ago, and let me tell you, if I'm in love with that. Look at the bottle. To begin with, the bottle from Fragrance du Bois is just iconic, heavy, beautiful, the cap, absolutely everything. And this is going to be the fragrance of the day. Wow, if this is not one of the most beautiful fragrances for spring and summertime, I don't know what it is. It does have notes of pineapple, ylang ylang. It does have a little bit of jasmine too, sandalwood, vanilla, musk, oud, obviously oud right here. But it's such an elegant fragrance. It really transports you to a tropical paradise, but it still has a little bit of that floral scent that is just so elegant. At the opening, I immediately smell the white florals. It actually reminds me quite a bit at the opening, to the Carolina Herrera, the original one, just like that, that elegance. And then as it sets down, then you can smell that pineapple and the ylang ylang and the orange blossom. It's just amazing. And the longevity on this fragrance, it is stunning. You will get so many compliments with Eau Jaune Intense by Fragrance du Bois. It's just, oh, spectacular. And by the way, if I haven't mentioned it before to you, I do have a discount code with Twisted Lily. This is not a sponsor by Twisted Lily. I just want to mention it, pass it along to you. It's a 10% off discount. And they are a niche fragrance boutique online, and they actually even have sample sizes too. So if you just want to try some fragrances as samples, or if you love certain niche fragrances and you want to get a discount, they carry so many different brands from Fragrance du Bois, Parfums de Marly, Maison Francis Cousin too. So they have so many initial. You're gonna just fall in love with Twisted Lily. Anyhow, again, not a sponsor it. I just wanted to pass along that. Okay, I think we need to move on to makeup. And something that hasn't really changed to me, I had been using my Tom Ford Soft Matte Primer. And I'm telling you, my friends, I promise you that I'm buying the full size. And like I said, most likely when you're watching this video, I'm already receiving it. You will see my haul soon and whatnot. You'll see it there because I put it in my car and I'm gonna make sure to get it. But anyhow, and then my Hourglass, the Vanish Airbrush Primer. This is great too if you want more of like a blurring effect with the Tom Ford, as I mentioned it a million times. It is mattifying, but not mattifying in a very like carton way. No, it's just very perfecting, very smoothing, beautiful, beautiful. But going into bases, so the base that I have been using quite a bit, and the base that I'm using today is the Hermès Plein Air. This is, to me, a tinted SPF. It's not really a tinted moisturizer because it doesn't really act like one, and it's not really a foundation, but to me it is a tinted SPF, SPF 30 PA++++. I have a full review on this. I'm just so amazed on the longevity of this product. So amazed how it lasts, how it looks very perfecting on the skin, so beautiful, so natural, and you can achieve a really beautiful coverage. I highly suggest you to go ahead and spread it with your fingers, just like if you will do with any SPF. And then to retouch certain areas, you can go with a brush or a beauty sponge. That is great too. And talking about beauty sponges too, I have been enjoying so much my beauty sponges from AOA Studio. I get these ones at Shop Misei. These are the Pow Pow Wonder Blender. I have been a beauty blender lover for many years, and I think that they are great beauty sponges. But these beauty sponges from Shop Misei, they are fantastic. They are amazing. They are super like soft, but they have good consistency. They spread your product. I'm sorry, this is dirty. These are, clean ones. Usually in a package like this, they come 6. I think they are $1.55 if you buy one of them, and this package right here is like $7, something like that. So it's more economic to buy the package, but they are amazing sponges. Another foundation that I have still been just enjoying it so much. Mostly I want a very perfecting and extremely long-lasting foundation is my Sisley Cushion Foundation. Stunning. I mean, like, I'm just like so impressed about this cushion foundation. Long-lasting. It looks like a skin. It's traceless. It's just exquisite. And another foundation that I have been, really enjoying quite a bit is that Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. This one is not as long lasting, not near as the Hermès or the Sisley one. It lasts, I will say, it's solid 6-7 hours, but it looks so pretty on the skin. It just give the right amount of radiance to the skin without becoming too dewy. On my dry skin, I cannot talk for those who have oily or conway skin, but on my dry skin, it really looks beautiful. It just makes my skin look beautiful, like the name says it. So that hasn't changed much. And then I ended up getting another shade of the Cosmos foundation, and now this is just a too dark for my skin tone, but it's a great foundation. I really love it. Again, it doesn't have that great longevity, and it's more of like a natural with a very subtle radiant kind of, finish to the skin. Not as radiant as this one right here. Wears beautifully, and it has so many skincare ingredients that really you feel your skin so comfortable when you're wearing it and so pampered. It's just a very, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a beautiful, beautiful feeling on your skin. Lovely products. I mean, we have been very blessed to have all of these new base products for us. Okay, and then moving on into eyeshadow palettes. I have been enjoying so much my Tom Ford Tiger Eye eyeshadow quad, and this is the one that I'm using today. I think it gave me that golden goddess J-Lo kind of vibe look. I really love that it's kind of like a, close cousin, close to be a sister of, say, the Tom Ford Suspicion eyeshadow quad that, if you know, my friends, I absolutely love. But that one is a little bit more golden, and this one right here plays a little bit more with a taupey tone right here, then goldeny tone right here, but then you get this amazing peachy shade right here. The formula is what it just is. Chef's kiss. So good. It's a creamy formula, but it's not a cream. It's just so soft, so easy to blend. Very reminiscent to what is the Wet and Dry formula from Tom Ford as well, in terms of the finish and how easy it is to blend. But again, a different formula that it just, you can build up the intensity of the eyeshadows, and they just blend seamlessly, and with no time you get an eyeshadow look. Another eyeshadow palette that I have been enjoying quite a bit, and I actually posted it on my Instagram. If you're not following me on my Instagram, what are you doing? We are a growing family there. We're almost at 13K. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. We're very close to 13K on my Instagram, and I usually post right there if something comes back on the stock, if something is new, and blah blah blah, and voila. This is the Byredo Floral Kalahari eyeshadow palette. This is a stunning palette. I mean, no video, no picture is gonna give justice to this palette. You have here an array of different finishes. It looks like the shades are repetitive. They are not repetitive at all and whatsoever. You have beautiful metallic shades. This shade right here is lovely. I will have to say though, you will need kind of like a base for this shade. It can be like an eyeshadow pencil if you want to, a black one, or a black eyeshadow, because it does have a little bit of translucency. But if you want a smoky eye look, this will be amazing. This shade right here is stunning too. If you like, for example, the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, you're gonna like this one a lot too, because it does have a little of that combination of warm tones, greens, a little bit of black, a little bit of blue, but then you have right here corals to pink tones. You just have so much that you can work with. And actually, I'm using on my lower lash line, I'm using this shade right here. This shade I line a little bit right here, and then right on the center of my eyelid, just a tap. You know how I like to do that halo kind of effect. I just went with this shade right here and tap it right on the center, because the rest, the other kind of like peachy tone, I got it from the Tom Ford Tiger Eye palette. Okay, my friends, so hopefully it's still in stock. I will be again leaving all the details of the products that I'm talking today on the description box with the links and whatnot. But yeah, I'm sure that's gonna be sold out, and it's gonna be like the first big palette that they launch. Oh, and you know that Lucia Pica is coming into Byredo as the creative director for their beauty line. I know. I will have to say that I'm excited in a way about it, but in another way, I'm a little bit afraid that we're going to see an enormous amount of red shades. Hopefully not, because I like her style. I just don't want so much red in it, but I love what she does. I love what she does, and I hope for the best. I hope for the best for Byredo, and I think they are doing an incredible job. I mean, pretty much all the products that I have tried for Byredo, except for one, they had been really good. And then I had been in love also with my Hindash monochromance palette, as you can tell, is being used. It's dirty now. But I really love this monochromatic moment with all these beautiful spring shades, and in general just more colorful shades. So these are just beautiful. I really love the formulation on these palettes from Hindash because they are very alike. If you have tried the Sisley, the blue ring powder, the one that you can actually use before you apply your base, your foundation, in that silkiness to it, that's the way that these, I shouldn't say eyeshadows because this is a face palette, but these powder products, they work on your skin, and you can really just go ahead. If you're intimidated with the shades or the amount of color, just pick a color. You can do an all look right here with these right here. You can have blush right here. It's just a very, very complete palette, and if you have Beautopsy already, then pairing it with monochromes is just perfection. Then the next palette, if you want to dig into color and you don't want to go too bold, I highly suggest you to try the new Natasha Denona pastel palette. And I have to tell you, to formulate pastels is not that easy because they tend to go a little bit chalky or they don't have enough opacity. And I explained when I did my review on this palette that it's not about building intensity, because these are pastels. The nature of these eyeshadows is not really to build intensity, to build depth. Not really. It's more than anything, it's just contrast between shades, and that's why you see right here this very light minty shade, and you have this metallic shade right here, same thing right here with the blues. Does it make sense? That's how you create the contrast, but regardless, they are always pastels. The importance of a pastel formulation is that they will have enough opacity, and these ones, they do have opacity. They don't go translucent, they don't go patchy. You don't need a lot of eyeshadow to like create a beautiful eye look. You can just go with one simple shade, that shade of the year, this gorgeous kind of periwinkle shade. It's just stunning. It goes exactly as it shows right here. I think these two shades right here, they look amazing too. And you can create like, just if you like purple looks, if you just want monochromatic looks, you can create monochromatic looks. I think the palette is very well done, and I really love that Natasha Denona brought it in the midi size palette, because I mean, let's be honest, the big size palettes, if you are not a person that goes for color in your daily basis, then it will go to waste. But if you're exploring and you just want to try a few shades here and there, adjust it up a little, I think this is the perfect way to go to. And then if you get it on the Sephora sale, then you can get, depending on your tier, 20% off, 15, 10% off, whatever it is the case. Okay, now let's move on right here to setting powder. So I have been enjoying quite a bit the new Hermes Plein Air 01 Nuage. This is a translucent setting powder, and I'm using it on my under eye area, and I think it does an excellent job without leaving a white cast. It's very soft and it's not super mattifying. In fact, it leaves a very natural finish to your skin, and I honestly been enjoying it quite a bit. Pretty much all of the, it's not really like a huge embossing, but it looks kind of like a fabric embossing is already like gone, bye-bye. Setting powder that I honestly love, the one in the loose version, I have it right here, is like, why I left it semi-open? I don't even know. It's like this. I left it like that. But it's the Givenchy Prince Libre, the press version. This one right here, as you know, for years we have seen the one in the loose version, and now they brought the press version, and I think it's just as beautiful. The formulation, less messy if you rather keep it on your bag and take it on the go with you. I think this is an excellent way. It comes with a brush. The brush is right here. Honestly, I don't use these brushes unless I'm going to put it, on my compact, which usually happens during summertime. During summertime, I tend to use more setting powders, like throughout the day. But it comes, it has a different compartment. I think it's beautiful. And I just love that it gives this, again, very soft, natural look to the skin. And it doesn't really change much the color of your foundation or any other products, and they come in different shades too. There is even one with a color corrector, but I think it's fantastic that Givenchy had thought to brought this iconic setting powder in a pressed version because it's a lot easier for on the go. Now let's talk about my bronzer. I think the bronzer that has really impressed me is none other than Guerlain, the terracotta bronzer. This one is terracotta light and it comes in different shades. I have the 03. I also got the 01, I think, and I think I put it in the trash by mistake. I know, kill me. I don't know what happened. I cannot find it anywhere. But anyhow, it's beautiful. It's super easy to blend, to apply. It does have a beautiful array of different shades right here. You have some warm tones, you have some neutrals right here. You have what it seems like it's gonna be, you know, glittery, but no, it actually gives a beautiful radiance to the skin, a very like light touch of like that sun-kissed glow. Amazing, stunning. I mean, Guerlain is known by their bronzers and they made an incredible bronzer, and I'm super excited because they are bringing another bronzer for their summer collection that looks stunning. It has the B up. I mean, we can talk about it at another time, but going now into highlighter, the highlighter that really has made a difference for me is Chanel Rêve de Camellia. This is a gorgeous highlighter, not only because of the 3D embossing, but also the shade, the softness of it is not a super beaming highlighter. It's a highlighter that I have right now. You can buff it and it just melts in the skin, creating just a gorgeous luminosity. So I think Chanel did a really beautiful job with their Leblanc collection. It's just very, very pretty. The entire Rêve de Chanel collection is very pretty. This is definitely a collector piece, but if you plan to use it, you're not going to be disappointed. Excellent, excellent quality. The formulation is super soft and is a shade that is very complementing for different skin tones. It's not going to leave you a shadow or a cast. It's just really, really stunning. And since we're talking about the collection Rêve de Chanel, let's talk about the nail polishes. I'm using today Onirique. And if you saw my review on this collection, you know that I painted, you know, one hand with one shade and the other hand with another shade. But I really like the formula of these nail polishes. I honestly have enjoyed the formula from Chanel for a long, long time. But these ones right here, they seem to be kind of like a gel-like. They're not gel, but the finish, it looks like a jelly kind of like nail polish with that very like jelly-like, I don't know how to describe a gel-like kind of finish, that they look very beautiful and glossy. They do have some translucency. Both of the shades, the collection comes with 3 shades. I picked up this one right here on Eric, which again is the one that I'm using today, and then Utopia, which is a very gorgeous peachy shade, perfect for summertime, but it does have some translucency. So right now I have 2 passes on each hand, and I just love the intensity of it, how delicate they are, the shades, they are beautiful, and they actually are long lasting, which I like. And talking about nail polishes, I think it's a great opportunity to give a quick shout out to Hermes. Not that they need a shout out from me, obviously, Hermes, right? But the base coat and the top coat, they are really good. I use it, you know, all the time. Today I'm using both of them, and I really like the product. I thought at the beginning just to, get nail polishes, and I got a ton of them. But then I decided, okay, let me just get the base and the top coat, and I'm really happy I did. Really great. They dry, pretty fast. They are very even. The top coat gives a beautiful shine to the nails, and the base coat really helps with the longevity and to protect the nails as well. Oh, and I almost forgot to talk about this beauty right here. This is a eyeshadow palette from Florasis. I created a full video reviewing Florasis, and honestly, all their products are amazing, but the product that really, really, wow, blew my mind is the eyeshadow palette. I really love the formulation. It's just so creamy, and you see the embossing right here. I have used it a couple of other times, and you're not gonna really ruin the embossing, and you don't need a lot of product either. These is just fantastic. It's very creamy, soft, kind of like a baked gelée formulation that just glides on the eyelids, and it carries a lot of pigment, and there's no fallout with these eyeshadows. Florasis, honestly, I'm very intrigued to try more from the brand because honestly, what an amazing job, from the packaging to the embossing, and most important, to the formula. Honestly, Florasis, I'm very, very impressed with this brand. And another eyeshadow product is by Hindash, and this is Boys Tears. It's a color fluid ultra shimmer. So it's basically, you can just tap it on your eyelids and create a very like ethereal kind of sparkles on the eyelids, or you can just go all over and build up to the intensity of this kind of champagne tone. A very interesting kind of product that actually works beautifully and is very transformative. So if you're going with a monochrome palette, or even say with a Natasha Denona pastel palette, and you just want to use an all over matte and just give a little bit of sparkles without using glitter, this is not glitter either. It just brings that kind of like a topper effect to the eye looks that is very transformative. Really, really good product. My only suggestion will be work, I don't want to say pretty fast, but work one eye at a time, because it tends to dry, you know, in like pretty fast, I should say. Talking about eyes, let's go for mascara. The mascara that I'm using today and I have been enjoying quite a bit is by Isom Damn Mascara. They just launched this product right here. Beautiful mascara. It gives a lot of definition, length, and volume. It just really fans out the lashes beautifully. To me, it doesn't transfer. I do not have oily eyelids, but the most important thing is it doesn't flake. And another very important factor too is easy to remove, because I know that sometimes certain mascaras, if they have a lot of pigment or if they give too much volume, sometimes they are really harsh on your lashes. This is the complete opposite. Love the one too. Again, like I said, it gives you a lot of separation. It's not that hourglass one, it's more like a straight one, but it does give a lot of definition, lots and lots of definition, length, and then it fans out your lashes beautifully. And talking about Isom, I have been loving once again my G27 brush. So I have a ton of brushes, so sometimes brushes they go back and forth, but with my Natasha Denona pastel palette, I had been loving to use this specific brush because it picks up plenty of product without making a big old mess, fallout, or nothing like that, because most of the eyeshadows that you find in the pastel palette from Natasha Denona, they are the cream to powder formula, and this one right here spreads the product so evenly. It's made out of sable hair bristles, and I do not have, I don't think I have other brushes by Isom, but this one is kind of like telling me you should get more brushes from Isom, because this is amazing. Again, the G27 brush. And talking about brushes, I have been also enjoying to play with my cream eyeshadows, mostly with my Tom Ford Duo eyeshadows. These are amazing too, highly recommend them. And a brush that really helps me with all my cream eyeshadows is this Refer 32 brush. And it does have kind of like a slanted kind of cut that it actually makes very easy for application. I mean, you can use it for concealer, but I will highly suggest you, if you're more into those one and done eyeshadows and you don't want to be, you know, going with your finger, get this brush. And you should get it if you're planning, you know, if you're planning to get any brushes from Refer, you should get them right now, because they are having an amazing sale, 40% off site-wide, and they have restocked all their products. So right now, unless unless things just became sold out, because you know the 40% off, when you're watching this video, perhaps it has been going for 2 days, but it's just an amazing sale. 40% off site-wide for excellent brushes. I mean, I love so many brushes from Refer, but the 32 brush is something that I will highly recommend. And also thinking about that, you know, spring, summer is coming, and I tend to use a lot of one and done eyeshadows. I think those type of brushes, they are just so useful. Okay, and let's talk about blushes. So for blushes, I have been so impressed about this Suku. It's called that melting powder blush. It's like cream, but without being a cream blush. It melts. It totally melts into your skin. I have it on the upper side of my cheek. So beautiful. This shade right here, it is, you know, your summer vibe. Is the shade 04. Gorgeous shade. This is a very lovely neutral tone. It's just so smooth, and it has this kind of like satin finish. There's no glow, but it's not matte either, and it just gives a very kind of like I said, kind of like a satiny kind of finish, but without being a highlighter. And then another blush, that this blush right here, I bought it last year, and honestly I haven't given it, you know, enough love, and it's by the brand SKII. I think that's the way that you say it, SKII, I don't know, but it's in the shade Poppy, and it's a dew blush. Super pretty with a ton of pigmentation, and what I love about this formulation is how easy it is to blend, as well as that you can use it on top of powder, so you can actually reapply if you want to, not that you need to, but the shade is just very like poppy shade, very summer vibe, spring vibe kind of shade, but it's really beautiful. And I'm very curious to try more products from this brand now that the Sephora sale is going on. I think I want to really try the bronzer. Perhaps I think they have a tinted moisturizer, if I'm not mistaken. There's also a translucent setting powder, or a setting powder in general. So I'm just thinking to, you know, like, get to try them. I'm really excited about them. You know, my friends, I'm a fanatic of lipsticks, and I have to tell you that I have not been able to put down my Sisley Fito Rouge shines. I haven't been able to put them down. They are just so comfortable, so beautiful, but the shade that steals my heart, and I know that I'm going to be repurchasing it so many times, is 10 Sheer Nude. This one right here is such a transformative shade. Sorry, it looks disgusting because I use it quite a bit, but it gives this very juicy finish to the lips. They really have this finish like if you were having some type of lip oil. So it's not like a lip balm. There's a lot of hydration. They are not thick, and they don't slide all over the place. It's not that you're going to find it, you know, like everywhere. No, when I say lip oil, it's really like this nourishing, beautiful finish. And talking about, I think is that time of the year that we see all these type of lipsticks that they are very nourishing and glossy, and Chanel came out with the Rouge Allure Les Traits. These are stunning. The beautiful thing about these ones right here is that they look like a satin lipstick with the feeling of the balm, with so much luminosity, and they carry so much pigment. The shades that, I mean, I had been enjoying, Beige Natural, which is a nudie shade. Total nudie shade. I mean, nothing, you know, out of this world. Let me just swatch it right here. Although I have a full review on these ones right here, so I'm not going to swatch all of them. But this one is a shade, you know, it's like your everyday. And since I have you here, let me swatch the Sisley in Sheer Nude. You see, like, this doesn't have the same amount of pigment, and it's a little bit cooler tone, but it's kind of like a lip oil. Like I'm saying, I'm just in love with this right here too. And then I had been enjoying to use this other shade right here, Beige Imperial. So pretty. It's just such a lovely shade too. I mean, all the shades, they are really, really pretty. The formula is really beautiful. Yes, you have to reapply them, but the formulation is honestly spot on. Super, 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 super good. And then the new Dior Addict lipsticks. This reformulation is amazing. I love this packaging right here. It's just so high-end, so Dior. This is what I'm looking for. Yeah, I love them. And I have been enjoying the shades Mimi Rose. There you go, that's Mimi Rose. And then this shade right here, Beige Oblique. This is really pretty, kind of like cool tone nudie shade with a little bit of pink in it. Lovely. And then the iconic nude look. Yeah, this one right here. And I'm actually using Mimi Rose, and then in the center I apply nude look, just to give a little bit of that pouty kind of finish to the lips. Stunning. And talking about Dior, I have been loving so much, and receiving so many compliments from these earrings right here. They are just so pretty. People, they just stare at them and they go with every style, whether you go a little bit more casual, jeans, like a shirt like these, or if you're going a little bit more like fancy and a little bit more glamorous. And also this choker right here. Oh my goodness, isn't it so pretty? I absolutely love it. I'm thinking to get, I know there is a bracelet that goes with it. No, maybe the bracelet, no. I think I'm gonna get perhaps the ring that goes with it, which is lovely too. I mean, this is beautiful. I think these pieces right here, if you have kind of like a mom that is very like, like trendy, that likes the trends, she may like these, or, these earrings right here. I think I need to check more earrings from Dior because these are like so pretty. Love them, love them. And now let's talk about gloss. And there's only one gloss right here that I have tried this month, and honestly, they are so good. Are the Posh Glosses by Victoria Beckham Beauty. I mean, to begin with, look at this amazing packaging. Definitely Victoria Beckham, she knows her thing right here as far as design, component, and everything goes. And she doesn't steer me wrong at all. The two shades that I love are Tan Line, which is more of like a kind of like a caramel kind of shade, and also Poolside, which it has a little bit of more kind of like toned down rosy tone to it. And now these lip glosses, they do have vitamin E, they do have other omega fatty acids in it, and they hug your lips so beautifully. Let me just show you Tan Line. They go fairly even too. And the one doesn't carry a ton of product. It just carries enough product. It's not goopy. And it's extra shiny. Extra shiny. They look like mirror, like it's like they mirror the lips and they really hug the lips. So beautiful. And I love to wear them mostly with a lip liner underneath, although you can actually wear them without it. But I also love the inclusivity on these lip glosses because you have from a very light kind of lip gloss that it will be perfect for a smoky eye look if you want to pair it with something very, like neutral light on your lips and you want all the attention to go to the eye look. This is beautiful. But someone that doesn't have as much pigmentation on the lips as myself, this one just will work just fine. This one right here is more, like I said, your caramel color, like for everyday. Rosy tone if you have a little bit more like tan complexion, and then if you have a deep or rich complexion, then you can use this one in top down, that is just very deep. But even on me, it doesn't look like too deep. But going into summertime, the one that I will get the most use out of it, again, it will be Tan Line and Poolside. These two right here, love the formula. And then another lip product that I'm honestly very impressed with it is the new lip liner from Hindash. He only has one shade, is a nudie brown peachy undertone kind of shade, and this is the lip liner that I have on my lips right now. Really good formulation. I love the pencil formula. I love that it's not super waxy, that it doesn't tag on the lips, and that it actually is quite long lasting, I should say. And I love the shade too. It goes with different kind of like lipsticks. I think it's one of those nudie peachy tone lip liners that they become, like your go-to. That is this type, and it's the shade Hush. The only one that he has as of right now on his new collection and permanent on the line, that in fact they came now to Beautylish, so you can buy them at Hindash website, Beautylish too. And is this it, my friends? I think this is it. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I would love to know from you which are the products that you have been loving during the month of March. Do not forget that I'm trying to make for this year a commitment to do a roundup of the products that I try for, X month. The next one will be March. So let's see how it goes because I have tried so many things. I want to say once again, thank you so much for all of you that are shopping through my links during the Sephora sale or at any time. Always your support is so, so appreciated. Whether you're shopping, whether you're not shopping and you're watching and I bring you some sort of joy and entertainment. We do our makeup together. Whatever it is the case, I greatly appreciate your support. If you have the time, if you feel that I could be a good fit for the Sephora squad, I will ask you to please, if you have the time, I will be leaving the link to leave a testimonial for me. And I'm just so appreciative for that. Thank you. Thank you so much again. My gratitude goes beyond words. And yeah, once again, I would love to know from you, what have you been loving for the month of March? Let's continue the conversation on the comment section down below. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, share with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.